Hello and welcome to Trendy Debate. I, Dr. Kavita, will discuss International Maritime Organization and India. As we know that India has been re-elected to the International Maritime Organization's Council for the period 2022 and 23. International Maritime Organization IMO headquarters is in London, United Kingdom. The United Nations founded the International Maritime Organization on March 17, 1948. Early in December 2021, India was re-elected to the International Maritime Organization IMO under Category B states for the 2022 and 23. The International Maritime Organization's Assembly has elected the members of the Council for the next biennium. The Council is the executive organ of IMO and is in charge of managing the organization's activity, reporting to the Assembly. Except for providing recommendations to governments on marine safety and pollution, the Council performs the tasks of the Assembly. Candidates for IMO Council Category A, 10 states with largest interest in providing international shipping services like China, Greece, Italy, Japan, Norway, Panama, Republic of Korea, Russian Federation, United Kingdom of Great Britain and North Ireland and United States. Category B, 10 states with the largest interest in international seaborne trade that are India, Argentina, Australia, Brazil, Canada, France, Germany, Netherlands, Spain, Sweden and the United Arab Emirates. Category C, 20 states which have a special interest in maritime transport or navigation and whose elections to the Council will ensure the representation of all major geographic areas of the world. They are Bahamas, Bangladesh, Belgium, Chile, Colombia, Cyprus, Denmark, Egypt, Indonesia, Jamaica, Kenya, Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, Malaysia, Malta, Mexico, Morocco, Nigeria, Pakistan, Peru, Philippines, Poland, Turkey and Vanuatu. India and IMO. India joined IMO in 1959. India's insignificant participation and activities in the International Maritime Organization have harmed its interest. It became clear once again when the IMO recently declared that merchant ships should not burn fuel with the sulfur content of more than 0.5%, commencing January 1, 2020. Regulations come at a cost that emerging nations like India would have to bear to a significant extent, as refineries, notably those in India, struggle to satisfy demand. Freight costs have begun to rise, causing retail prices to rise as well. The position of India's permanent representative in the IMO has been empty for the past 25 years. An analysis of IMO papers reveals that India's recent comments have been limited and not in proportion to India's involvement in global shipping. Let's discuss the brief history of IMO. It has long been understood that the greatest approach to improve maritime safety is to construct international standards that are obeyed by all shipping nations, and a number of such treaties were adopted in the mid-19th century. Several nations suggested the development of international entity to promote marine safety more effectively. But it wasn't until the establishment of the United Nations that these expectations were fulfilled. An international congress in Geneva in 1948 adopted an agreement formally creating the IMO. The original name was Intergovernmental Maritime Consultative Organization, or IMCO, but the name was changed in 1982 to IMO. The IMO convention went into effect in 1958 and the new organization had its inaugural meeting the following day. The organization's goals, as stated in Article 1A of the Convention, are as follows: to provide machinery for cooperation among governments in the field of governmental regulation and practices relating to technical matters of all kinds affecting shipping engaged in international trade, to encourage the facilitate the general adoption of the highest practicable standards in matters concerning maritime safety, efficiency of navigation and prevention and control of marine pollution from ships. The organization is also authorized to handle administrative and legal issues relating to these goals. The International Maritime Organization's first objective was to approve a new version of International Convention for the Safety of Life at Sea. The most significant of all maritime safety treaties, this was accomplished in 1960, and the IMO then focused on issues such as the ease of international maritime commerce, load lines, and the carrying of dangerous products, while revising the technique of calculating ship tonnage. However, while safety was and continues to be the most critical job of the IMO, a new concern began to arise, that is pollution. The increase in the volume of oil moved by sea as well as the size of oil tankers was of special concern, and the Tonnage Canyon testograph of 1967, which spilled 120,000 tons of oil, underlined the magnitude of the problem. Over the next few years, the IMO implemented a number of measures aimed at preventing tanker accidents and mitigating their repercussions. The most important of these measures was the 1973 International Convention for the Prevention of Pollution from Ships, as amended by the 1978 Protocol. It includes pollution from chemicals, packaged products, sewage, rubbish, and air pollution in addition to accidental and operational oil pollution. The IMO was also tasked with the developing a method of compensating persons who have experienced financial losses as a result of pollution. In 1969 and 1971, two accords were signed that made it considerably easier and faster for victims of oil contamination to get compensation that had previously been allowed. Both accords were revised in 1992 and again in 2000 to raise the amounts of compensation available to pollution victims. With the founding of the International Mobile Satellite Organization, IMSO, in the 1970s, a global search and rescue system was also launched, substantially improving the availability of radio and other signals to ships. The Global Maritime Distress and Safety System GMDSS was established in 1988 and began to be implemented in 1992. The GMDSS became completely operational in February 1999, meaning that a ship in distress anywhere in the globe may now be practically assured rescue even if the ship's crew does not have time to radio for aid, as the message will be relayed automatically. The 1995 changes to the International Convention on the Standard of Training, Certification and Watchkeeping for Seafarers 1978 went into effect on February 1, 1997. They significantly increased seafarer standards and for the first time provide the International Maritime Organization authority to monitor government activities with parties obligated to report information to IMO about their compliance with the convention. The approval of the Manila modifications to the STCW Convention and Code concluded a significant reform of the STCW Convention and Code in 2010. Mr. Kitek Lim, Republic of Korea, is the organization's Secretary General for the second and the final term of 4 years from 1st January 2020 to 31st December 2023. Maritime Day will be celebrated at IMO headquarters on 29th September 2022 with the theme New Technology for Greener Shipping. That's all for the discussion today. Thanks for watching.